WWE is so smart. They are just. I saw something on Twitter, and I went down a rabbit hole of thought where, if you really think about it and look at it, WWE programming right now is centered around Roman Reigns. Every little storyline, nook, whatever, has a little are connected to each other in different ways, and we're seeing that with these different weird alliances, people popping up, and how in different segments. It's fascinating. It's so nice to see, because before it felt very boring in that you were just watching to watch.
Well, I still think, I mean, I think they have to do that because he's gone. So they have to make sure that they're still being like, hey, remember Roman Reigns? Like, he's still the champion. Remember that guy? Yeah,
Hmm.
he's going to be off for like 6 months, but like, that's the thing that's like frustrating still to me. Because, and like I said, maybe it's a controversial opinion, but it feels like a lot more people are feeling that way, that his title reign obviously is legendary. It's impressive. It's the best of the modern era. But the more time he takes off, the less impressive it's becoming. Because if you're gone for months at a time, that means you're not defending your title, which is like, okay, that any champion could do that. Any champion could be champion for a long time if you're gone for months at a time.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like,
I see what you mean.
so, because then I saw someone on Twitter that was like, well, Roman actually averages defending his title every 39 days. And for context, Brock was doing it every 63 days. And I'm like, that's like comparing, this was my thought, NFL thought, right? That's like
Hmm.
saying Patrick Mahomes is better than Tom Brady. Like, you can't, and I'm saying like the length of
No, no,
their,
no, 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 no.
you
I
know,
know. Yeah,
like
yeah. I get you.
how
I'm with
how
you.
long Brock Lesnar was champion is nowhere near how long Roman's been champion. And you're including when he was around for the first like good year or so where he was defending the title like every month.
Hmm.
You're talking about like the last 2 years. Dude's off like for 6 weeks and then he's back and then he's gone again for 2 months. Like, at this point, are we supposed to be impressed that he's gonna possibly have the title for like 4 years? It's like, yeah, and you probably were gone for a year and a half of it. Like, I don't know. That's just
I
feel because
I got a question for you,
be a defending champion. Okay.
because yeah, it goes along the lines of champion. Is that, do we think that they've hyped up Roman and made him, excuse me, this godly, out of this world figure, that it's overshadowed the championship in itself,
Yeah,
because
I
he can't
think
defend against anybody. He's gonna, because it makes no sense for anybody to beat him.
well, and that's but the thing is though, is like that would feel more legitimate if I think if he was actually active and like actually defending the title or in matches like consistently. He not even necessarily does he have to be on SmackDown every single week. He doesn't necessarily have to be defending it, the way Gunther does. But it's like I don't understand how he'll be on like 3 of 12 pay-per-views. Like, are we serious? Like,
Yeah,
I
that.
don't get it. And I think that they kind of did screw themselves because he does deserve to have this title reign feel significant because it is. They don't just let anybody, obviously, be a champion for this long. I mean, that was why when CM Punk was champion for, a year, it was like a huge deal because they didn't really do
No,
that.
they didn't do that type of stuff.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And so, like, obviously, it is impressive that he's been champion for like 3 years, whatever. But it starts to become less impressive when then you're chilling on the couch, chilling, on the beach, doing
Chilling out,
whatever.
maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Because, I mean, even if you don't think that he's going to lose, at least it's a title defense, you
Yeah.
know? Because that's how it is with Gunther. You knew that they were going to probably have him become the longest reigning intercontinental champion, but that didn't stop people from getting excited to see him face Gable or face whoever. It's like you were still like, oh yeah, no, he's a fighting champion. He defends it like on Raw, on pay-per-views, whatever.
Hmm.
Roman doesn't even defend it on pay-per-views.
because
Like,
the Bloodline story has over dominated the WWE Championship. That is where we're
yeah,
at right now.
I just think, yeah, they need to do something because the fact that he's not going to be back until even November,
Yeah, and not even in America.
it's just like, yeah. So which means like, again, like, okay, so does that mean that he's not going to be back then? Like, is that just his first match because they have to schedule him? He's the champion and it's overseas. So when will he actually be back on SmackDown?